Chandragupta Maurya is an ancient Indian king. He was the founder of the Maurya dynasty. He was the first emperor who unified all the states of India and brings them under one state. Chandragupta was a great warrior and leader from his childhood. His abilities were first identified by the famous teacher Chanakya. He taught Chandragupta different lessons on politics and war. Later, with the help of Chanakya, he established Maurya Empire, defeating Dhanananda of Nanda Empire. At that time he was only 20 years old. After establishing the Maurya Empire, Chandragupta started to unify the India. He was able to conquer every part of the Indian subcontinent except for the Kalinga of Orissa and some southern subcontinent. After unifying India, Chandragupta with the help of Chanakya established a strong central administration-patterned empire. His empire was one of the highly organized bureaucratic structure with a large civil service. During his reign, Greek diplomat Megasthenes visited India. At the age of 42 he handed over his throne to his son Bindusara. Ashoka, also known as Ashoka the Great, was one of the greatest emperors of India. He was the third king of the Maurya dynasty. He was the son of King Bindusara and Maharani Dharma. His grandfather was the founder of Maurya dynasty, Chandragupta Maurya. Ashoka had many brothers ready to take the throne after the death of Bindusara. But Ashoka becomes the king with the help of a minister, Radhagupta. There is a story that Ashoka killed his 99 brothers, leaving only one brother Tissa to become the king. In the early life as an emperor he engaged in war with different states. He was a very short-tempered person. At that time he was called Chanda Ashoka, which means Ashoka the Fierce. The War of Kalinga, BC 261, was the turning point of his life. The mass death of the war changed his mind and he became a follower of Buddhism. He made Buddhism his state religion. Later he was appointed as Dharma Mahapatro to propagate Buddhism all over Asia. He sent his son Mahinda and daughter Sangamitra to Ceylon for spreading Buddhism. He built lion stambs to spread Buddhism. These stambs are now called Ashok Stamb. Ashok Stamb of Sarnath was adopted as national emblem of India. Besides Ashok Stamb, Ashoka had built many constructions: Damak Stupa, Bharhut Stupa, Mahabodhi Temple. Bhattarawal, the father of Rawalpindi, was the ruler of the dynasty of Guilat Rajput after his father Rawal Mahendra II. Bhattarawal played an important role in the Battle of Rajasthan, a series of wars fought in the 8th century between the regional rulers of northwestern India and the Arabs of Sindh, in which the regional Indian rulers inflicted a resounding defeat on the invading Arabs. In the 8th century, Arab Muslims started attacking India within a few decades of the birth of Islam, which was basically an extension of invasion of Persia. In order to ward off Muslim invasions across the western and northern borders of Rajputana, Bappa united the smaller states of Ajmer and Jaisalmer to stop the attacks. Bhattarawal fought and defeated the Arabs in the country and turned the tide for a while. Bin Qasim was able to defeat Tahir in Sindh but was stopped by Bhattarawal. Bappa defeated and pursued Bin Qasim through Saurashtra and back to the western banks of the Sindhu, that is current-day Baluchistan. He then marched on to Ghazni and defeated the local ruler Salim, and after nominating a representative returned to Chittor. After Raja Mori named Bhattarawal his successor and crowned him king of Chittor, Bhattarawal and his armies invaded various kingdoms including Kandahar, Khorasan, Turan, Isfahan, Iran, and made them vassals of his kingdom. Thus he not only defended India's frontiers but for a brief period was able to expand them. His actual name was Prince Kalbhaj. Samudragupta, the second emperor of the Gupta dynasty, is known to one of India's best rulers. His brilliant leadership and valiant victories earned him the title of Napoleon of India. He was the real Maharaja. Samudragupta had renowned poet Harisna in his court, who inscribed the king's bravery on the famous Allahabad pillar. His period of rule was called the Swarnayug, Golden Age, of India. Samudragupta fought every battle with smart strategy and great valor. It is said that his fit body was covered with the marks of 100 wounds caused by the blows of battle axes, arrows, spears, pikes, barbed darts, swords, lances, javelins, iron arrows and many other weapons. The army that Samudragupta built was capable of matching the prowess of the Mauryan Empire's military that had diminished centuries ago. He is also known for constructing walled towns and restoring border outposts that had been inactive for a long time. Samudragupta as the Napoleon of India for all his victories. Samudragupta was not power-hungry. But like Napoleon, he was never defeated nor sent to exile or jailed. Prithviraj Chauhan was the Hindu king of Chauhan dynasty in 12th century. He is famous in Indian history for his bravery and courage. In his childhood, he killed a tiger with his bare hands. He defeated the king of Gujarat, Bhimdev, only at an age of 13. For his bravery, his maternal grandfather Angam declared him the king of Delhi. He built a strong Rajput empire and his empire was expanded mainly in the northwest of India. His empire included Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh. Chand Bardai, a poet of Prithviraj Chauhan's court, wrote a poem Prithviraj Raso describing Prithviraj's life. Chand Bardai was also a friend of Prithviraj. He married to Samyukta. She was the daughter of Jayachandra Hadwell, an enemy of Prithviraj. Their love story is famous in Indian history. In 1191, he defeated Shahabuddin Muhammad Ghori in the First Battle of Tarain. He left Muhammad Ghori unharmed and forgave him. In 1192, Ghori again attacked Prithviraj and won the Battle of Second Tarain. Ghori not only arrested Prithviraj but also made him blind with red-hot iron rods. Later Prithviraj killed Ghori in an archery competition with the help of his friend Chand Bardai. The man, who laid the foundation of the Chola kingdom into a mighty empire, is none other than Rajaraja the Great, reigned 985 to 1014 CE. A patron of arts and religion, he was also an organizational and political genius. When Rajaraja became the king, he conquered the kingdoms of southern India and Sri Lanka in the extreme south, and Kalinga, Orissa, in the northeast. He fought many battles with the Chalukyas in the north and the Pandyas in the south. He also subdued the traditional Kshatriya rivalries in the southwest. It took less than a decade for him to become the master of southern India. He divided his country into various districts and standardized the revenue collection by carrying out systematic land surveys. In this way he smoothly maintained the administrative system. He also allowed autonomy to the local units. One of his greatest deeds is the building of the magnificent Rajarajeshwar temple at Tanjore. The stone sculpture on the mighty tower, 216 feet, and the base is one of the finest examples of Chola art. Rajaraja was succeeded by his son, Rajendra Chola, who followed the footprints of his father and glorified the Chola Empire even more. Kumbhkarna Singh, popularly known as Maharana Kama, was one of the most celebrated ruler of Mewar. A giant of a personality, both physically and metaphorically, Rana Kama would stride like a colossus during the 15th century, one of the fiercest opponents of the Delhi Sultanate. He is known as a king who never lost a battle in his 35 years of reign. The builder of famous Vijayastamba of Chittorgarh, on his Malwa victory. He is known to build, renovated 32 out of 84, 3284, forts that forms the defense of Mewar. Most remarkable being the Kumbhgarh. Kumbhgarh is more famous though for the second longest man-made wall in the world, the Great Wall of India, not as famed as the Chinese one though. For his many successful operations over other kingdoms, especially Mahmud of Malwa, he was given the title of Hindu Saratna, Hindu Sultan, by the Muslim sultans. Apart from being a great warrior, Kama was also a fine patron of arts. He himself was a great writer. Maharana Kama is credited with writing the 1. Samjukta Raja, the Rasika Prijaya commentary on the Gita Govinda. 2. Sudai Prabandha, and 3. Kamaraja Saura. However, irony is that, such a great man was killed by his own son Udai Singhai, the black sheep of Mewar, while he was offering his prayers. Maharana Sangram Singh or Rana Sangha was the last ruler of medieval India who stood up against the invaders and was able to unite many Rajput states to fight against the foreigners. He was a Rajput in a true sense, a valiant fighter and a king who is legendary for his chivalry and generosity. He defended his kingdom bravely from repeated invasions from the Muslim rulers of Delhi, Gujarat, and Malwa. He was the most powerful of the Hindu kings of that time. During his rule, Mewar touched the pinnacle of prosperity, and as an exemplary king he protected and developed his empire. He was a man with indomitable spirit, and despite losing one arm, one eye and numerous other grave injuries, he carried on with great valor. His chivalry was reflected when he treated Sultan Mahmud of Mandu with generosity and restored his kingdom even when he was defeated and taken as a prisoner by Rana. In 1527, Rana united the Rajputs and rose to resist Babur and fought against him in the Battle of Kanua. Rana's army almost won, but unfortunately he was wounded severely, and tactics and defecation by Silhadi led to defeat of Rajputs. Rana Sangha lost an eye and a limb. His generals took him out while he was unconscious. Later, when he gained consciousness, he came to know about defeat and took the oath, no to return to Chittor till he defeat Babur. On January 30, 1528, Rana Sangha died in Chittor, apparently poisoned by his own chiefs who held his plans of renewing the fight with Babur to be suicidal. Maharana Pratap was born on 9th of May 1540 at Kumbhalgarh Fort, Rajasthan. The fort has second largest wall in the world after the Great Wall of China. Maharana Pratap is revered as one of the strongest warriors India has ever seen. Standing at 7 feet 5 inches, he would carry a 80-kilogram spear and 2 swords weighing around 208 kilograms in total. He would also wear an armor weighing 72 kilograms. At Haldi Hati, Maharana Pratap waged battle against a much larger army. Maharana Pratap with his 20,000 troops fought Akbar's huge army of 85,000 soldiers. This war is an example of his bravery for the whole world today. Declining a life of comfort and luxury in exchange for freedom, Rana Pratap battled the occupying Mughal forces all his life. In one battle, a Mughal army soldier sneaked up on him to assault him from behind, but the Maharana caught the movement from the edge of his eye. A powerful swing of the sword felled both the soldier and his horse, goes the tale. Rana Pratap declined several offers of peace. He had vowed never to accept the supremacy of the Mughals and of Emperor Akbar. Maharana Pratap was fearless warrior and ingenious strategist who successfully fought Mughals and protected his people until his death. Shivaji, also known as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, was an Indian emperor and founder of Maratha Empire. Shivaji Maharaj was a brave and kind emperor. His first attack was on the Torna fort. He captured the fort only at an age of 16. After capturing Torna fort, he captured Khandana and Rajgad forts. At the rise of Shivaji's power, Bijapur Sultan arrested his father. Shivaji captured the forts of Purandar and Javli after rescuing his father from the Bijapur Sultan's prison. He defeated Afzal Khan in a one-on-one battle. Afzal Khan was a veteran general and superior to Shivaji in size and strength. Mughal Samrat Aurangzeb sent Jai Singh and Dilip Khan to stop Shivaji. Shivaji was forced to sign the Treaty of Purandar. According to this treaty, he gave about 24 forts to Mughal king. He was invited to Agra by Aurangzeb. Shivaji was arrested and imprisoned in Agra. But he escaped from Agra and returned to his kingdom. Returning from imprison, he recaptured the forts which he lost in the Treaty of Purandar. During this time he took the title Chhatrapati. He built a strong army. He introduced the guerrilla warfare tactics. He also built a strong navy. He is called the father of Indian Navy.